Welcome back to our show. Dr. Cantor is hanging around because my next guest is his wife. Now, this may just be America's ultimate power couple because each has absolutely spellbinding stories of living firsthand in two of the most significant systems of our world today. Just as he unveils the truth about radical Islam, she warns students of the dangers of socialism in America because she lived it growing up in Soviet-era Czechoslovakia. Please welcome Hana Cantor. Hana, thank you for coming.
Thank you for letting me be here.
Several months ago, I met you and we sat and visited, and I was riveted by the story that you experienced as a young girl growing up under the Soviet-dominated Czechoslovakia of your family's life. What was life like under communism?
Well, I would start off that I was always a perfect child because I was a pastor's child. I was lucky that my father was a pastor, my grandfather, my uncle was a pastor. So all was wonderful. So I heard the gospel ever since I was little. But growing up under communism as a Christian has its challenges. Since you're born, they start a file when they write enemy of the state, enemy of the regime. So when I was 14 years old, I had to have a mandatory meeting with our principal of the school, and he asked me, Hannah, what would you like to do when you grow up? And I said, I would love to be a teacher. And he looked at my file and he said, that's not gonna happen. And I was like, okay, can I be a nurse? Not gonna happen. And I looked at him and I said, what can I be? And he said, Hannah, you need to understand one thing. Because you're a Christian, you're the enemy of the state, therefore we cannot have you anywhere you can have influence or other people, where you can share the gospel. So your future is gonna be working in a shoe factory with deaf people, so you cannot share the gospel.
That is unbelievable. Did you ever experience, or did members of your family experience physical or intense kind of repercussions for being Christian?
My father, because he was a pastor, anytime he would be preaching, he told me, and this is not maybe like 6 years ago, he said that he would have the secret police, KGB, would come and listen up on his sermons to make sure he didn't say anything anti-government. And if he had any kind of guest speak there in English, he would have to go to special interrogations, and he never told me about it, and he would always say, I just have to run the errands. And he finally opened up and he said, Hannah, you don't understand. It was not physical abuse, but emotional. They would be yelling at me, threatening me with taking our family away, with not giving him any money to support our family. So it was lots of emotional abuse.
Recent studies have shown that over 50% of younger Americans think socialism would be terrific. What would you say to those people? Because you lived under it firsthand.
The truth is, socialism is anti-country, destroys country, it's anti-freedom. So if you want a taste of socialism, be ready for communism to step in, because those two are hand in hand right there. And it is very dangerous. And I say to the wonderful AOC squad members, you know what, I would love for her to go and live in socialism for 2 weeks and see how she does when
just 2 weeks,
Just 2 weeks. And I say you need to understand one thing. Once government starts telling you what you can or cannot do, you're gonna completely lose what America is standing for, which is government of the people, right? It's you as Americans have a right to say something. Well, not anymore. Because you're not allowed to have your opinion because immediately you're a racist or something else.
Hannah, you became an American citizen. There are a lot of people who say, well, America's not a very good country, but you wanted to be a citizen. What makes America a place you wanted to be a part of?
Freedom. To me, America was always symbol of democracy, symbol of freedom, symbol of being able to say what I think, like religious liberty, all these are precious things, and I don't think people realize how precious they are until they're taken away.
Thank you. I just love you both. It's a delight to have you here. My thanks to Hana Cantor. And if you want a dialogue with Hana about the danger of socialism and the power of Christian faith, Her email address is on the screen, so you can get in touch. And if you're looking for a university, as I said, that'll educate your kids instead of indoctrinate them with socialism, I hope you'll learn more about Truett McConnell at truett.edu.